Hey y'all, it is November the 5th, 2019. And y'all, last night during the live stream, shout out to everybody who came into the live stream and who checked it out subsequently. I think we had a pretty successful night last night. Towards the end of the live stream, I had actually mentioned this lady who you've seen up on the screen. And we talked about it a little bit. Her name is Amber Luke. All right. And as you can tell, there's been a transformation, all sort of body modification took place. And I actually seen an article about it, and they were talking about it. And the article was speaking on about how she went blind for like 3 weeks when she got her eyeballs tattooed. You can see up there, she got her eyeballs tattooed blue on the white parts, right? And it actually made her go blind, right? Just so that you know, if you get tattoos on your eyeball, you got to make sure not to go too deep because it'll make you go blind, at least for temporarily speaking, right? Apparently. So that's what the article is about, all right? And we started talking about ladies with tattoos. We touched on it a little bit. It's not a subject that I've ever brought up or ever really considered for a topic, on this channel. But I'd been thinking about it, especially because of this article that I read. But actually, a few days ago, I had seen a video from Coach Red Pill, who's real popular. He's one of them Red Pill philosophy type dudes, also very on a MGTOW type of tip. This Coach Red Pill, he's one of my favorite. And he was talking about tattoos and how they're red flags. And so last night we were actually talking about tattoos because I'd, been thinking about it, since I heard Coach Red Pill talking about it. And what I have to assure y'all is that he is correct, all right? Tattoos are a red flag, for sure. Just generally speaking, on women, for sure, and not on men, right? You might think that is sexist or whatever. It really doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Oh, it's a double standard. Yeah, it is a double standard. Men can have tattoos. Ladies on tattoos on ladies, that's a red flag. All right, I'm here to tell you. Just real briefly, in the article that I read about Amber Luke, she's talking about how, she got all these tattoos and body modifications because she saw herself, she looked at herself like in pictures and stuff, and she thought she looked very plain looking, right? And I don't know about y'all, I don't know what y'all think out there, but I gotta say, as far as my opinion, when you see these before pictures and stuff like that, actually what she looked like was good. She looked pretty, all right? She looked presentable. She looked like attractive, all right? She does not look that way anymore, not even close. But it's also the red flags, right? Amber Lee's kind of an extreme. There's certainly all sort of other ladies who had done this before, tattooed all on their face and all over their body and stuff. And I'm sure every last one of them thinks that they're original, all right? It's not. It's been done before, all right? But they like it and stuff. They think that they're so plain and whatnot. I really couldn't say. Here's the thing about it. As far as men goes, here's what I want to reassure ladies out there real quick. When it comes to the female form, okay, there's nothing plain about it. Okay, in the words of John Mayer, it's basically a wonderland for us. It does not need no ink in it at all. Right? And you see all these ladies out here, especially the ones who aren't very attractive, they might get tattoos on themselves and to draw more attention to them, all right? Because maybe they're not so attractive, right? What I would suggest, and I know I hurt all sort of feelings, but it is what it is. We need to get down to the bottom of the truth. Is that they should probably exercise or something. If you want more attention, right? Don't even worry about these tattoos, right? Skip that whole thing. If you're a young lady out there, skip that whole thing. Just exercise or whatever. Make your body look better or something. I don't know. Brush your hair or something like that. You're gonna look just fine. All right. You're definitely gonna find a man. All right. Trust me. You're gonna find a man out there. But I wanted to talk about this a little bit further into detail. And I want to reassure ladies out there that I'm not the first person to talk about this. If you never heard nobody talk about this, I mean, you can go on YouTube right now or probably any other platform and see that so many other men out there have talked about ladies and the idea of ladies having tattoos, right? And the consensus, what I gotta let y'all know, for those who put any sort of thought into it, is that tattoos are a red flag, all right? That's all sort of sirens going off like you need to get away from this, all right? Maybe you need to catch and release if that's what you do out there. I wouldn't even suggest that, all right? Because me personally, long story short, I no longer believe in relations outside of marriage. Not at all right? But I know I'm on the extreme fringe and stuff. It's kind of a Christian thing. Trust me, I haven't lived my whole life like that at all. I've had all sort of relations outside of marriage. And I shouldn't have done that, right? To be honest, right? I messed up. But okay, when it comes to these ladies out here, they got these tattoos. Trust me, you're being seen when you got these tattoos. You're being seen as damaged goods out here. This is actually Coach Red Pill. His video popped up, right? But you're being seen as damaged goods. Period. From the onset. So what I gotta let y'all know. For the young ladies out there who already have some tattoos, those are red flags on you. You had to know this, all right? And I'm talking about when you're considering a man out there who might have something going for him, who might have a good job, who might make some good money, who might be able to take care of you, who might be able to provide for you and your children one day. All right, those tattoos are a red flag on you, and what they're signifying is some sort of damaged goods, probably. Now, I wanted to bring it up because I was pondering it last night while I was at work. I was just pondering it, because we touched upon it a little bit, and I thought about it a little bit more. And the thing is about tattoos on women is these days it's kind of like the norm. It's kind of been normalized. Now, if you go back like a decade or maybe 2 decades, right, you understand that women, as a rule, didn't have no tattoos, all right? That's a new thing. As far as American society goes, and probably most of Western society, women didn't have no tattoos. That's a new thing. Men are the one who had tattoos, all right, for various reasons, but women did not. Because, like I said, there's nothing that you need to do, all right? A man is going to see it and he's going to want it, all right? You do not have to dress it up. All right, so women already knew this, but as far as, men have been getting all mixed up, women have been getting all mixed up in their head, it's become normalized. Right, and because of this, I wanted to speak on it a little bit. Right, as in general, as a rule, what I'm saying out there to the fellas out there is that's red flags. Any sort of tattoos, right? The more tattoos on a lady, the more red flags it is. All right, but I wanted to address maybe that there's some ladies out there because it is a rule, but I'm sure there's exceptions to the rule. I'm sure that there are. Um, they're probably pretty rare. But here's what I want to say is if you come across a lady and she has maybe say one or two tattoos, I want you to think about it real quick. For all those ladies out there, I want you to think about your life real quick. Right? Maybe you got one or two tattoos. Maybe you got one when you were real young. Maybe you were being very spontaneous. Maybe you saw that it was normalized. Maybe you saw this and that and you wanted to be like all the rest of the ladies. That was a bad decision, right? But hopefully it won't be like a permanent decision that will ruin your life, all right? And perhaps if you're still out there looking for a fella, you'll be able to get that fella, all right? But I want to talk to the men out there, right? And the ladies can listen as well. These are just suggestions, and I'm here to give my advice if you might want to take it. All right. Say for the young men out there who are concerned with perhaps meeting a lady, a nice young lady, and later on you might want to make a family, and you already know that that's what you want in the future. You want a family. First of all, it's treacherous. These laws out here, they're not going to work for you and stuff like that. Trust that. You might want to get a prenup and all sort of stuff. You might really, really want to think about it. Don't ever, for example, do not ever cohabitate with a lady. All right, y'all ain't married. She needs to find another roof to stay under. All right, that might sound harsh. So you might want to be like, oh, but I want a roommate. We want slumber parties and stuff. Don't you do it, because here's the thing: you're gonna have relations with that lady, and I would suggest that you don't. There's gonna be a lot of dudes out there who are having relations, even MGTOW men having relations with the ladies, catching and releasing. Obviously, I can't stop them from doing that. They've been doing it since the beginning of time. All right, I'm personally not gonna do it. I don't have no interest in it. And to go further, not homosexual, but the thing is, I have no interest in any ladies at all. Period. Because just to be real brief, I can't afford that. All right. I don't make enough money, all right? So any lady looking at me all in any sort of way, you need to stop it, because I don't make enough money to support you, all right? There's no way, and I'm not even trying to. I don't want to have nothing to do with it. But to the men out there who might be getting off on the right foot, who might be making some good money, who might be able to afford to provide for a family later, and you want to continue the human species on Earth. God bless you. We're going to need more children. All right, for sure. Here's what I want you to consider. All right, maybe you have a lady in mind. Maybe you have a prospect. All right, I want you to think about this real carefully. All right, when it comes to these ladies out here, when it comes to the tattoos, they are red flags. All right, you sincerely need to think about this. All right, but okay, for example, if they have tattoos, this is what I want to suggest to you. If they have tattoos, and those tattoos are like, say, in a private area of their body, and you know what I'm talking about, maybe the inner thigh, you know what I'm saying, maybe on the chest or something like that, that is a deal breaker. That's what I'm here to suggest for you. You need to turn around and walk away, and maybe just run away. All right, don't even really put a brisk walk. If at least get the hell up out of there. All right, don't draw attention to yourself. Just blend in the background. Get out of there. All right, you know what I'm saying. As soon as you find out, just know that relationship's over. All right, period. You're gonna save yourself all sort of grief. You do not want that. You don't want a lady who's gonna let anybody up into her private areas and stuff like that. With a needle tattoo in it. That's a bad deal. It's really bad. But for example, let's say that you meet a lady. Here's what I want to suggest for you, because I was pondering it last night. I think I'm really onto something. Meanwhile, for anybody who's got suggestions, leave them in the comment section below, because I'm still trying to get my wherewithal about this. Like I said, I'm not in the market, but I still want to get down to the nitty gritty for the young men out there, all right, who have some sort of potential to have a family one day. All right, here's what I want you to think about. You got a prospect in mind? All right, she's got, say, 1 or 2 tattoos. Maybe they're like on a non-sexualized part of her body, maybe like, say, on her wrist or something like that. Maybe like on her back or something like that's maybe touch and go. Here's what I want you to consider. Here's what I want to suggest for you right now. Maybe this girl, she seems like a keeper. Maybe she's young. Maybe like some of these people mentioned out here, maybe she's debt free. That's something to think about. If she's got debt, all sort of debt, like college student loan debt, pass it by. All right, that's what I'm suggesting to you. But maybe she's debt free. Maybe she doesn't have like so much baggage. Maybe she seems like a good prospect. Maybe she seems like she'll add something to your life, very positive. Maybe she seems like she would bring in good vibes, and it would help you build something. Maybe she seems like she would be a good wife and mother. Perhaps she will be. Right? Maybe she's an exception to that rule as far as tattoos go. Here's what I want to suggest for you to do. Really think about it right now. Okay, I want you to go up to this girl. Maybe you're already in a relationship. She better not be living under your roof, all right? Y'all should not be cohabitating. That is a terrible idea. It's a disastrous idea, all right? It's only going to lead to all sort of grief. Trust me, that is guaranteed, all right? Guaranteed. But okay, what if you have this girl in your life and y'all already in a relationship, or you just thinking about starting a relationship? She's not living with you. She seems to have good vibes. She seems to have potential. She seems to not be damaged by the world like most of these ladies are. All right, God bless them, but they're damaged, and it's just no way around it. All right, maybe she doesn't seem damaged. Maybe she comes from a good family or a sturdy family, and stuff like that. She's kind of ideal, so she has these one or two tattoos. Here's what you do. Next time you see her and stuff, maybe you're in a kind of casual conversation, bring up her tattoos, right? Talk about them for a second, and then here's what I want you to do. Ask her if she would ever consider getting more tattoos. Okay? Just in casual conversation, don't make a big deal of it. Ask her if she would ever consider getting more tattoos. And what I'm here to suggest for you today, right now, is that if she says yes, that's a deal breaker. You're done. You're done with that lady. All right. Go find a younger, more, a lady who's got more potential. All right. Because that one, you're done with that one. That's what I'm here to suggest to you. Might be hard. You might say, oh, she's so attractive, this and that. You're going to save yourself a world of hurt and grief, dude. I promise you. That's a guarantee. 100%. If she says yes, turn and run. Right? Consider yourself very lucky. And also, if you ask her that question, if she would ever consider getting any more tattoos, if she hesitates to answer, that's a deal breaker. You're done with that lady. All right, I'm sorry about it. It's not a good deal. You're gonna save yourself so much time, so much energy, so much grief. Consider yourself lucky. All right, and I thought about this a while. If y'all have suggestions, leave them down in the comment section. We're gonna get down to the nitty gritty. If the lady immediately says no, she would never consider getting any more tattoos. She did it. She was very foolish back in her younger days, and she pretty much regrets it. She doesn't want to do it no more. She would never consider getting another tattoo. All right. Well, then you might be able to proceed with this lady. She might have the potential that it takes in order to be a keeper, in order to be a sturdy wife and mother, right? There's a possibility there. Thing is, tattoos have become so normalized that I can imagine a young girl getting tricked into getting one or two little tiny tattoos in non-sexualized areas of her body. All right. And I got to stress, if it's in a sexualized area, that's a deal breaker. If she's going to get more tattoos or even considers it, that's a deal breaker. If she hesitates to answer you, that is a deal breaker. All right. I'm saving your life right here. And for all those ladies out there, understand that when you got those tattoos, I'm not ragging on you. I'm not saying that you're permanently not good for nothing. I'm just saying, don't you dare get any more tattoos. All right. You already did enough damage, and nobody told you any better. I understand our society is really kind of backwards and stuff like that. Nobody gave you that kind of advice to just not do it, all right? Or they didn't show you why to not do it. I'm here to tell you, don't do it. Don't you ever do it again. And like I said before, the female form, it does not need to be dressed up.